Hi Virgo, welcome to your October 2017 General Tarot reading. It's Rena here. So the reason the cards are already laid out is I started recording and they said it couldn't record on my memory card, so I had to switch them out. So this is a general focus. If you're looking for love, look on my channel. I already have posted October's love reading for your sign. And obviously, if you'd like a personal reading, click on the link below this video. And it'll take you to my store. But yeah, let me get into this. And I also picked an oracle card, so that's fun. But anyway, the heart of the matter is the star card. So whenever I see the star card, I mean, I think it's a really positive card. It's one of my favorite cards. But I always think that the person might have been going through a lot to get to this point. And like, because this is a card of healing. Well, why would you need healing if there wasn't something that needed to be healed from? So this kind of a card can come about as a result of maybe a stressful situation or a situation where somebody or something disappointed you. And maybe you lost faith. Maybe you lost hope about something ever coming to pass. In this particular case, it could have been a career-related matter because we have the Six of Wands, and this is a card of career success. And so it could be a situation where you finally broke through and achieved something that you had been trying to. And so now you feel like it's almost like your prayers being answered. And what law of attraction talks about is that when you're in this higher vibration, which comes when you feel happy, excited, proud of yourself, that attracts more of the same. And vice versa. If you feel like dejected, then you tend to go in that downward spiral. But that's not what's happening. You're kind of on your high horse. Well, I mean, that actually being on a high horse means that you're being arrogant. So I don't mean it like that, but you know what I mean. You're celebrating your victory. And yet, look at the card that we get for the present tense. This is like somebody watching their back. Being vigilant. Now, sometimes when people, especially like a Virgo, because you tend to be kind of skittish, and I'm saying this because I have a moon in Virgo, but that kind of insecurity, feeling like the other shoe's going to drop and you're going to do something stupid. This is like being on, not necessarily being on edge, but kind of like analyzing, maybe overanalyzing everything that is occurring. So you may be having career success, but still you don't really feel like you can relax because, you know, why are they doing this? What's going to, you know, happen here? And, you know, sometimes it has nothing to do with your own sense of self. It may just be based upon a very shaky situation going on with the place of employment itself. And it's like, but I think those two cards, the Star card and the Six of Wands, are so positive that the Page of Swords can also indicate that you're waiting for some message. And whether that is something that is going to be related to your work or related to your private life, I don't know. It may be talking about that Mercury retrograde situation even, that you're waiting for things to get back on track. By October, everything is already, I mean, even late September, everything is going back to normal where Mercury is concerned. But, you know, it might just be an aftermath type of situation. If this is a private relationship, there could be something with an Aquarius. I'm getting swords plus the star card connects to Aquarius. So I don't know if any of you are involved with one or looking to hear from one, and perhaps were involved with a Leo in your past, or another fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius. Let's keep going here. I always like to include the romance side of things in case anyone is dealing with another area of life. The higher message is the King of Pentacles. And as a spiritual message, this, I mean, whenever we're talking about court cards, these could be people other than you. I mean, characters in your play of life. And this character would be an older man, businessman, owns the company. So if you're working for a company, you might have some connection with this man. And maybe he's a good guy. Maybe he's the person who is your biggest cheerleader. Or maybe you're going to meet him and that's going to change everything. And you're not going to be so vigilant anymore, because you're going to realize that if the CEO likes you, you've got it made, or the whatever, the head of the company. In your private life, the King of Pentacles, kings can be fathers, benefactors. With the spiritual message, it could be something along those lines. Maybe it's saying that this is the person for you, and perhaps you've been dealing with or looking at other people, and this person who is very stable and trustworthy is the person for you, but for some reason you're not giving this person a second glance. I think it could even be a Capricorn, because I associate that card with Capricorn. It's an earth energy for sure. What crosses you is the Three of Wands. Now, I'm wondering if some of you are waiting to hear about working overseas. Maybe you work for some company and they want you to be their ambassador to, you know, whatever. I mean, the person who is involved with the foreign dealings, and you're reluctant to go for some reason. And with the Three of Wands kind of in that challenged position, it's almost like somebody who is afraid to expand, afraid of leaving their home base. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, because you may have other reasons why you don't want to do it. Perhaps you're in love with somebody who lives here. Maybe you have a child or children in your home country and you don't want to uproot them and bring them somewhere far away. So you may have altruistic reasons for what you're doing. It's not just selfish. But for some of you, it might just be fear. You don't really, it's like too much, too soon. And so you're kind of like, I'm glad I got a promotion, but I can't do this part of it. Something like that. What's coming in, and I think that this is a really good card, is financial affluence. However this comes about, whether it's just through what you're doing right now, whether you're getting a promotion and you're making more money, whether this is also help from the family or an inheritance. And, oh, you know what? That's very interesting, because actually your 8th house, which is the inheritance house, other people's money, is in Aries, I believe. And because of this, that means that that full moon in Aries, that could be seeing the resolution of some kind of inheritance issue. So that may be why you don't have to worry about money right now. In October or going forward. And maybe if, like, you're offered some promotion, you turn it down because you know that you're not desperate for it. And maybe you just don't want to relocate. The outcome is the High Priestess, so it's really about going with your gut and being still, which I got a card stillness for the Oracle. Being still and know, meditating, trusting your instincts. If you feel like uncomfortable about something, even if it's a wonderful opportunity, there may be good reasons for that. And you may not know them on the surface, but you just sense that something doesn't feel right to you. So that is your call. And by the way, too, there is this sense that if you're dealing with any kind of inheritance issue, it may kind of change the whole ball game. You may not feel like you have to make the decisions that you were planning to make before. In private relationships, it could be about things coming out at the full moon. The High Priestess can be about not knowing everything about a situation, being kept in the dark about something, secrets. And who knows? I mean, you may feel like you've been through a lot, and perhaps you fell in love with somebody, but you didn't really know them that well, and maybe now you will. And it could even be, if you're dealing with two different people, it might be the person that you're having problems with that you find something out, and that makes it easier to be with the person you really care about. So either way, that could work out. So on to the Lake card. It's in the deep internal stillness that we find our being, and come to know that we are intimately united with all of creation. To achieve this mindset, we must slow down once in a while and get away from the surroundings that interfere with and distract with our inner tranquility. When we do so, this profound stillness is available at all times, regardless of the environment. We can experience the sensation with steady, conscious breathing, or we can simply pause for a few minutes and be still. The tempo of life these days has sped up considerably, and there seems to be no end to this quickening pace. Immersed as we are in the technological whirlpool, there seems no escape. However, there is no need to be a prisoner to the hurry-up syndrome, nor is there a need to feel trapped by the awareness of the collective intensities that massive numbers of humans are experiencing these days. No matter if the noise is from your environment or your seemingly nonstop thinking, it is critical for you to seek stillness. Find it in your world, whether it is a special place in your home or a place in nature that is far from human-made noise. Of particular importance is finding it inside yourself, which can be made easier by being in a quiet place in a natural setting. Doing so not only relaxes your mind, but also heightens your awareness and senses. And that, of course, is good for everyone, for every aspect of our lives. I was recently in another suburb, and it's funny because suburbs, you think of, it means suburban, right? But some of them are far from a major city, and they can be so relaxing. And I always am going around to these outer places, and they're really not that far, and I think, gosh, I always feel so calm and peaceful in these areas. Why is that? And it's like there's less traffic, there's less environmental noise, and that really is refreshing. And I thought to myself, imagine if I had this every day, because I've been just like noticing leaf blowers, just obsessively, incessantly and obsessively. Planes, trains and automobiles. Yeah, and it's so that's very refreshing. And the High Priestess is about, tuning into your higher self, so that every decision you make can be made with the highest vibration. Okay, Virgo, that's what I have for you. I hope you have a wonderful October. Bye.